Мавлин, всем привет. Мы в местном зоопарке кормили животинок. А сейчас с вами пойдем на свидание навстречу Себастьяну. Он нас к себе домой приглашал.
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience. Of course. What sort of...
Да не хочу я освещение менять.
Actually, perhaps another time.
Ого. Что-то далековато. Нам бежать придется. Так. Давайте-ка встретимся и узнаем, кому чего что надо. Да? А потом уже побежим к Себастьяну. В гости поедем вместе с ним. Он там вроде как говорил. Да, все дороги ведут в Рим. По-другому никак. Он вроде как говорил, что там у него сестренка живет. И треба с этой сестренкой встретить. Давайте вещи сначала продадим. Да успею, эй. А ну-ка, что там нам пресса-то пишет? Как эта котейка страшно мяукает.
Muggles have made life hard for us since the dawn of time.
Come on in and have a look around. No touching if you have sticky fingers. Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Так, ладно. Давай-ка продадим.
I've heard that our dear Clementine drew you into her... I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
Behave, damn you!
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're quite clever.
Oh, thank you. A lot of craftsmanship and care went into them. I assume.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Huh, hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Вежливость.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You're no better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
What's wrong with this blasted thing?
Chatting to Thomas Brown, but I'll never understand his fixation with
Я так полагаю, если в данный момент мы сейчас с ним поговорим, то мы все эти статуэтки, которые остались под замком 3-го уровня, мне кажется, мы их прохизаем. И тогда, скажем так, своего рода достижения не должно быть. Ну, то есть собрать все эти статуэтки.
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was a classmate of yours that you bullied, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, we had such flowing locks, and we used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Ну и все. На этом мы закончили задание. А нужно было бы все дособирать. Так что, если что, не идите к нему, не разговаривайте, ничто не делайте. Пускай сова будет как будет. А только лишь после того, когда всех сов соберете. Так, ну с этим мы тоже потом лучше разберемся. Карта мира, и полетели к нашему другу.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do? Revelio.
You're like a glum bumble beneath my feet. No!
Potato.
Lucky, that's all. You will suffer.
Incendio. Levioso. Revelio. Potato.
Ah, the move of a coward.
Expelliarmus.
Обнимахался. Бесстыжий.
Incendio. Accio. Expelliarmus.
Не успел. Выпендривался дольше.
What I wouldn't give for a cup of mushroom tea.
Expelliarmus.
Such arrogance.
Accio. Incendio. Repulsor. Potato.
Stop it!
Expelliarmus. You've one less follower, Ranrock.
Better than patrol duty. What? Someone's here.
Expelliarmus. Protego. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Accio. Repulsor.
Заяц в траве.
Accio.
Крик убежал.
Revelio.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough dump.
Not quiet enough. Ooh, this shouldn't take long.
Repulsor. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Repulsor.
Nothing.
Accio. Expelliarmus. You only have Ranrock to blame. Wonder who lives here.
Enjoy suffering, do you?
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
Сейчас откроем элементарные замки.
Revelio.
Если не переигрывать, то у вас такие вот и будут в основном в большинстве случаев выпадать вещи. Нет, топовые. И вам придется на станке все это зарабатывать. Ну, я имею в виду прокачивать, закачивать и тому подобное. Какая-то башенка. И вот это там. Сундук там.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
Ну и то я думал, залезть не хочет. Накидка для спины. Так, что у нас тут есть еще?
Revelio.
Опять рукоятка. Можно было поколдовать, и помимо рукоятки было бы
What do we have here? A demiguise.
другое. Где-то звенит. А, вот.
Revelio. Expelliarmus, Incendium. Repulsor. Accio.
Прикольный тренировочный комплекс.
Revelio. Alohomora.
Кто-то там говорит, зеленую, красную крутить без разницы. Видели движение и крутите.
Mine now, demiguise. Revelio. What do we have here? A demiguise.
Так, идит. еще одна фигня, башня. Там и лестница есть. Башенка, по-моему, есть. Сейчас заберем эту фиговину. Где она тут? В темноте. Я не думаю, что Себастьян там обидится на нас.
Revelio. It's like a place right out of a storybook. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
What brought you to own a shop in Feldcroft?
Beautiful place, isn't it? Although I admit I didn't choose it. It chose me. I was raised here. It's always been my home. As for the shop,
Похож
I suppose my
на
line of
шахтера.
work chose me as well. I've always loved working with beasts. And my twin girls adore them. Wouldn't be surprised if they took over from me one day.
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest array of beast byproducts you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They always do.
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
An incredibly unpleasant goblin called Belgroth the Bludgeoner has been tormenting everyone he encounters. Feldcroft borders goblin country, but we've always lived in peace with their kind. Until recently, that is. Some claim that Belgroth and his associates are in league with Ranrock. I don't know if there's truth to it. Whatever the case, their constant meddling is devastating business. Everyone feels unsafe. It's quite serious.
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any...
Revelio.
Хитро спрятались. И опять ничего путячего нет.
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
Вот как в Хогварте. Там есть с головоломкой
Revelio.
двери. То интересно, а это считаю, что зазря. Сделать такой замок и там поверни сюда 4 раза, поверни сюда 5 раз. И будет вам буханка хлеба. Что-то я там забыл. Ага. Ну-ка, дай-ка. Пало яблочко. Ага. Это кто-то пишет Себастьяну. Ладно.
Revelio.
Пойдемте. Нету ничего. Ага. Там девочка была, да? Может, это дом Себастьяна? Ладно, пойдемте сейчас еще. Пару избушек проверим.
Revelio.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
Он там быкует, ходит. И не один.
Wizard kind will submit to us once the war is over.
Sworn. That's it! I'll bury you.
That was pitiful.
Confringo.
Not quite. That was
Stupid one.
grave mistake.
What an unfortunate disappointment! Yes, that's embarrassing, isn't it? If only Ranrock were here to see this!
Arresto momentum. Levioso.
I'm a goblin, not a toy.
Accio.
Deadly mistake, this.
Protego.
No! I will make you pay. Seems your art isn't in this at all.
Depulso. Accio. Incendio. Depulso. Expelliarmus.
Oh. You explain the stench.
Protego. Stupid one. Arresto momentum. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Confringo. Glacius. Defender. Your blood's on Ranrock's hands. Revelio.
Вот. Зато стало тихо, спокойненько.
Revelio.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Так, ну что, будем рассвет ждать? По-моему, будем.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Revelio.
Да, и в этой деревушке я собрал все. Ну где рассвет? Рассвет нам только снился. Опять темнота. Или это такой рассвет?
Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Пойдемте-ка вот там посидим в кружочке, и, по-моему, рассвет человеческий придет. Так не хочет она работать.
You made it.
Да, я тут дневую. Уже какой день? 3 дня пытался день с ночью переманить. Ничего не выходит. Ну-ка. Что у нас тут? Связь идет, а толку нету, да? Или нет, или мне кажется. Ну ладно, я на него покосился боком. Будем разговаривать лицом к
Enjoying
лицу.
the view. Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on. I'll take you to my uncle's.
Когда
This way.
гоблинов прибили, нужно было посмотреть, что там у них за два интересных
Feldcroft
письма.
used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Так, посмотрим, прежде чем войдем. Так, что мы там получили? Два письма, да? От гоблинов. Уникальная шапочка на голову. Так, ладно, с этим разберемся. Ага. Там была вещичка. Новая. Еще надо 4 палочки найти. Рукоятки, да, так я понимаю. Вы чуть-чуть попали на декор. Надо еще там парочку животинок поймать, чтобы было все хорошо. Вот, я говорил же, лестница там. Разрушена высокая лестница. Башенка, да, какой-то фальшпол. То есть можно на нее залезть, если поставим Эту лестницу тоже. Прикольно. Гоблины, значит, оборзели. Ну да, это вот та девочка, которую мы... Все-таки... По-моему, проморгал я письма. Надо было их сразу читать. Ну ладно. Пойдемте в хатку. Вот очередная мультипликационная система.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy. Shrivel figs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
По-моему, они оба виноваты. Девчонка, видели,
I'm
как
sorry you had to see that.
отреагировала
If
на
you don't
это
mind,
все?
I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
Ну, пускай будет. Пошлите поговорим с
That boy
дядькой.
will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. He thinks he can help Anne, but nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves any time soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
Ну, передам. Моему.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Может, тут есть что-нибудь?
Revelio.
Вообще тут чисто. Хороший дом. Ухоженный и добротный.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Aura, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Всего доброго. Это как из колодцев этого самого видений, где девочка с отцу делала якобы
Why will you not
хорошо.
listen to me? She's my sister.
Что ты такой нервный?
How are you doing,
Голова
Sebastian?
для
You got
чего
a
дана?
first-hand glance at
Трезво
what I'm dealing
судить.
with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Ну, пошли
Ranrock's loyalists are
посмотрим.
capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Revelio.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
Значит, там наверху они где-то что-то нашли. Какой-то пожар, что ли?
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. Said there's a dead wizard in my book.
Arrest the momentum. Accio. Incendio. Protego. Stupefy. Stupefy.
I won't rest until dead. Stop! I'm afraid of heights! You are postponing the inevitable!
Ты ядрёнка компот.
Protego. Stupefy. Arresto momentum. Accio. Incendio. Levioso.
Об землю жахнуть его надо, да? Надо его найти. Прыгающего этого командира.
You will regret coming here. There you are.
Confringo.
Let's get this over with. Rather unwise coming back this way. No!
You won't get away with that.
Confringo.
I shall avenge your death.
Levioso.
Why will I? That's it.
You've made your last mistake.
Ringo.
What as if you could best the likes of me? I won't rest until you're dead.
Levioso.
Stupefy. Arresto momentum. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Accio.
Well, how nice of you to stop by.
Protego.
Levioso.
Stupefy. Arresto momentum. Accio. Incendio. Protego. Stupefy. Confringo.
Correct coming here.
Rependo.
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Glacier. Protego. Stupefy. Expelliarmus.
Do you think this is funny?
Incendio.
little moon calf.
Protego! Incendio! Depulso! Accio!
Meant for me? Your spells glance off of me.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Получится одну фигню сделать.
Reparo.
Точно. Собрали.
Revelio.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at billywhigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Revelio.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Хогвартский профессор, да?
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
Revelio.
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Revelio.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Revelio.
Сколько тут вещей. Они прям тут к боевым действиям готовятся.
Revelio. Revelio.
Так, а там что? Больше ничего такого нет, да?
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Да, женщина какая-то вроде как.
Revelio. Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora.
А, это ее дочь.
She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no,
Поэтому
not
ты
like Quidditch.
такой
They call
дерганый,
themselves
что
keepers
ничего не
because they're protecting
понимаешь.
some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking
Чтобы
something?
найти
Only one way
подсказку.
to find out.
О. Так. О. Развалили что-то.
Huh, a stairwell.
Revelio.
Постели ее, да?
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about.
Где он?
Tells me they're after something bigger.
А, внизу он уже. Я же вижу там что-то.
Lumos. Reparo. Oh. Luma.
А ну отстаньте, гады. Была чума, и она их всех, скажем, печаль их всю забрала.
I should hold on to this.
Вот как это было. Так.
Confringo! Incendio. Lumos.
Не выходит, значит, да? То вот это вот всякая фиговина ползет. Вот еще одна записка. 2 из 7. А где 7? Точнее 5 еще найти. Не
Seems
знаю.
these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
Так, что делать?
Revelio. Lumos.
Галя сползет как.
Incendio. Lumos. Incendio. Lumos.
Всякие скляночки со всякими припарками. По-моему, вот эта фигня, и это и есть. То, что мы увидели, как она из отца вытаскивала, так и это же. Страшная хрень. Непонятно, что.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Это вот там он видит.
I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Lumos. Revelio. Incendio. Lumos.
Хороший фонарик. Что всякая гадость шарахается в сторону. Крипто. Пойти. Ну, пойдем, посмотрим. Сейчас будет монстрики, будем мочить. А крипто. Это в Хогварте вот та потаенная комната, которую они когда-то нашли. Во-во-во.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
Нифига себе. Раньше этого не было.
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Какие-то знаки. Значит, у нас должен быть вариант еще 2 куска или 3 куска этой карты. По-моему, как карта. Или заклинание какого-нибудь. Раз, два. И вот здесь где-то должно быть 3.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Sian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Ну, подождем твою. $260 хп. Чуть-чуть не хватило. Надо было еще в гоблина долбить.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbaton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
Ну, давай. Как стемнеет, встретимся.
Revelio.
Прикольная фиговина. Так, ладно, побежали на выход. Ее задание сделали. Не, надо же вот этот кусочек ставить. Как он за дверь выходит, потом задница поворачивается к стене. И что там, его лист поднимал, что ли? Побежали-ка на астрономию. В принципе, она тут где-то рядом. Сейчас нас дорога заведет куда-нибудь кошмарными путями. Вот можно распечатать вещи некоторые. Но это ее письмо, понял. Ну и нашли мы этот кусочек. И того уровня, что я ожидал. Ну, это лучше. Ну, еще и это замечательно. Либо это носить, либо это. Продадим, все продадим. спрятал, зараза.
Not even magic.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
And your reading is The Dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Ladies.
Professor Shah.
Astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the starry-eyed. Now, if you were to devote yourselves to persistent and painstaking observation, you just might catch a glimpse. With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck.
Если у меня нету телескопа. Удобнее.
Still don't have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own.
Я профессионал в настройке.
Now, I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the highlands from which they gazed millennia ago on the very self-same stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Они там окочурились,
Oh,
бедные.
hello. I'm Amit. We met in potions class. I'm happy to report that we've yet to have any explosions in this class.
Oh, hello, Amit. Nice to see you again.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of term.
That's very kind of you, Amit. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplar. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. Goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could. All of good that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to use a telescope?
The constellations are beautiful. Not sure they're worth dying of a cold for, but they are beautiful.
Not sure what you can learn from these astronomy tables that you can't learn from a cup of tea leaves.
Каждый реагирует по-своему.
Professor Shah's just about as cold and distant as the bloody stars she wants us to chart. Ugh, not how I wanted to spend my evening.
Мы в этом не можем посмотреть. Ну и видим.
Amit thinks he knows everything.
Пожалуемся.
Even told me he can speak gobbledygook. Sounded like gibberish to me.
I had
heard about these odd stone tables out in the Highlands. Perhaps that's what Professor Shah was talking about.
А, вот так вот. Ну вот те, которые там мы один стол внизу. Большой хотел посмотреть.
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could. A lot of good that did. How am I supposed to find Sirius when my hands are too cold to use a telescope?
This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new.
Выглядит просто подзорная труба. И полетели, пока кружат.
A pristine night for stargazing. Do not let it be wasted.
Так а с ней нельзя поговорить? Вот.
Professor Shah, I'm interested in learning more about astronomy.
It is increasingly rare to find a student who seeks after things celestial, of their own accord. But if you truly desire to chart the courses of the cosmos, you must rid your mind of the terrestrial babble of others. We ourselves are not unlike blank star charts, you know? Empty canvases waiting to be inscribed with all that the universe has to offer.
Она счастливая от своей работы. Это замечательно.
You mentioned astronomy tables earlier in class. What were you talking about?
Long ago, devotees of the astral arts set up stone slabs across the countryside. They are ideal for studying constellations near and far. For centuries, wizards made use of these astronomy tables for stargazing. Sadly, they have since become mere monuments to the intrepid intellectual pursuits of a bygone epoch.
Am I right in thinking you are unimpressed by divination?
Of the many other so-called disciplines taught here, divination is perhaps the most feeble, especially in its nonsensical practice of astrology. Do not confuse astronomy and astrology. One is concerned with mysteries stellar and lunar, the other is mere lunacy.
Thank you, Professor. I look forward to stargazing.
I am glad to hear it. Should be a stellar night for it.
По-моему, уже рассвет наступает. Так, найти в какой-то кладовке рано подзорную
Perfect
трубу.
night for...
Oh, I have the telescope. It's nicer than I'd expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes, what is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
Ну пойдем. Пускай он нас научит, как этой плитой пользоваться. Мы одну нашли, вторую где-то пробегали мимо.
No need to convince me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we?
Идем, идем. Разве тут мы были
The
где-то?
table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform, something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go. Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
Там ящики какие-то.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you
И
lead the way?
светлячки,
If you're sure.
светлячки.
Amit, could I ask you something?
Oh, certainly.
Why are you so fascinated with stars?
I suppose because there is so much to learn about them. I mean, there is plenty to learn about a lot of subjects, but astronomy seems limitless. Always something new being discovered. They are forever discovering new moons and stars. In fact, they discovered a new planet just 50 years ago.
Where precisely is the table we're looking for?
According to an old astronomer's chronicle I found in the library, it may be somewhere along the castle wall.
Actually, that's all I wanted to know.
Oh, very well then.
Так, он тут, что ли,
Revelio.
остается?
A little foreboding.
A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, of course. It's just not as I
Вот и
expected.
купали в клетке. Так, это получается отодвинуть надо, да? Даже похлеще. Вах-вах. Ну, поставим.
Revelio.
Мне показалось.
More cobwebs. You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Oh no, not this close to school, Amit. Incendio! Revelio.
А, вот он где.
There's a table. I think you should do the honors. Go on, try it out. The constellation should appear near the center of your view. As soon as you've lined up the telescope, we will be able to fill out our star chart.
А, вот так настраивать.
Stargazing is all about patience and precision. I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Thank you, Amit. I look forward to reading them.
And I look forward to writing them. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription. I'm practically fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
Хорошо, увидимся. Нифига нам там насыпало.
Never
Одно
do
из
get
пяти,
tired
да?
of seeing the astronomy tower at night. What a view.
Revelio.
Нет, не сюда. Но где-то я видел этот столик. Ну-ка, давайте-ка туда еще перенесемся. Послушаем, о чем они там ругаются.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I understand. You needn't tell me if you don't want to.
If I were you, I'd be begging for more details.
It's not that I'm not interested, and you can certainly trust me if you want to tell me anything.
Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
What does the Cruciatus curse do?
It's known as the torture curse. Crucio. It inflicts intense, excruciating pain on the victim. Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Nothing to identify. For now, at least.
Ну что ж, я так понимаю, следующее задание будет встретиться с Нати у замка. Ну и некоторые побочные задания я слетаю сразу же, чтобы на месте быть, чтобы не тянуть кота за хвост. Сразу же с них начнем, а потом высокая крепость пойдем делать, смотреть, что там и да как. Думаю, на этом нам можно уже и заканчивать похождение. Какой сопливчик, да? Ишь, какой. Ну что, я думаю, все. На этом все. Всем спокойной ночи. Спасибо, что смотрели в этой игре.